Good afternoon. My name is Reverend Lance. Today is day 3 to marriage counseling. I want to talk about anger. In 1877, the white Democrats in the South began to regain power. They began organizing secret societies such as the Knights of the White Camellia and the Ku Klux Klan. The aroused Southerners set out to restore Southern government to white rule. Often they resorted to threats, force, fraud, midnight shootings, burnings, and whippings. Many Negroes concluded that it would be healthier to not vote in the polls. Burns, Payson, 1972 to page 144. This is an appropriate reason to be angry. Faith leads to spiritual insight. He who has faith to see shall see. He who has faith to hear shall hear. Doctrines and Covenants 42, 49 to 50. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. Hebrews 11:6. Spiritual recovery begins when we have faith. When you sit in the chair, you have faith that that chair is going to hold you up and that the chair will not collapse. The enemy of faith is doubt. Romans 14:1. Recovery and spirituality go hand in hand. Spiritual recovery focuses on the 3 H's of life: honesty, John 8:32, hope, 1 Corinthians 13:13, Hebrews 11:1, and humility, Proverbs 15:33. You may have been a victim of rape, physical abuse, emotional and verbal abuse. You may feel like you didn't come from the perfect family. You may feel misunderstood. These are good reasons to be angry. Anger is a God-given emotion. It is neither good nor bad. Anger can excite good or bad behavior, depending on our inner spiritual condition. The source I got from the 1877 story was from J. Burns and J.W. Payson, 1972. Government by the People, 8th edition, Englewood Cliffs, New Jersey, Prentice Hall. The anger of a man does not produce the righteousness of God. A work of grace needs to be accomplished before you can achieve peace. It is necessary to evaluate anger from a spiritual point of view and a scriptural point of view. Righteous anger glorifies God. Unrighteous anger must be extinguished. There is no room for rage and resentment in the human heart. Pride and anger creates mental agony. Meekness and humility leads to peace. Anybody can become angry. Anger would enable man to serve God and his fellow man during alarming circumstances when other emotions simply would be inadequate. Anger is an emotion, not a behavior. Anger and death will rule a society that has drifted away from God. First John 1:4 and John 16:33. Righteous anger proposes good blessings, while unrighteous anger creates wrath and resentment. For healing, a man's life must be changed from within. Anger is not an evil emotion. Circumstances exist that requires anger-motivated accomplishment to serve God. It is appropriate to use anger constructively. Godly anger is associated with unrighteous conduct. God is simply angry with the wicked every day. Psalm 7:11. The goal for every human being is to manage their anger. Ephesians 4:26. Sin provokes anger. Psalms 4:4. The Lord's anger is always perfect in agreement with his divine character. God's slowness to anger ensures a deliberate response at the appropriate time. This for me?
No, it's mine.
Oh. Sin provokes anger. Lord's anger is always perfect in agreement with God's divine plan. God's slowness to anger ensures a deliberate response at the appropriate time. Nehemiah 3:9-17. Anger is a secondary emotion in God's view. If anger were a primary emotion, it would have a heavy hand. Anger must have an immediate, a God-honoring purpose, or it should be dismissed as once righteous anger has served its purpose, it must be let go. It is godly anger against sin, for Ephesians 4:26, and if we love God, we should hate sin. Psalms 97:10. It is vitally important that we believers learn to properly control their angry feelings in order to be a good testimony of Jesus Christ. The Bible says, make no friendship with an angry man, Proverbs 22:24. An angry man creates problems, Proverbs 29:22. Make friends with the one who is slow to anger, Proverbs 15:18.